So basically the challenge is that I think our industry is confusing agile with agility, right? The whole goal of agile is to achieve business agility, right? And business agility means that I've got the ability to respond to change when change presents, right? We can try to control change, right? But in most industries, our customers are moving way faster than us, and we don't have 18 to 24 months to deliver anything. So you kind of have this hypothesis that if I adopt Scrum or I adopt SAFe, that's going to give me agility. And often by adopting Scrum and adopting SAFe, we get an agile methodology, but we don't actually get the ability to put things in market faster. I told one executive one time, I said, you'd be halfway towards greater business agility if you just never approved a project bigger than 2 to 3 months, right? Think about it, right? So don't change anything about your waterfall, don't change anything about your silos, just never approve an 18 or 24 month project. Do everything in 2-month increments. Because then at some point, that thing would get done, and then you'd have the ability to change direction and go do something else. You know, the log jam that's in corporate portfolio management, right, the big PMO-driven projects, is that everything is 36 months, right, or 48 months, or 60 months, or something like that. And so it's the late delivery after long time periods that causes there to be no agility. Rather than use Scrum to automate a 48-month waterfall project, I would rather break the waterfall project up into 16 different 3-month projects, right? And at the end of every 3-month project, you could actually conceive of, okay, well, I've learned something new, I'm going to change direction on the next project. And it's really kind of fascinating, right? So if you take that thinking to its logical extreme, I'm going to take 2 years worth of work and break it into a bunch of 3-month projects. So I'm going to take my 3-month projects, I'm going to break them into a bunch of 2-week projects. That's really what starts to happen, like when you start doing Scrum, right? So the analysis, design, build, test, and deploy happens within that 2-week sprint. It happens together as a team at the beginning because they're planning, doing all of that work on just enough to be able to get the thing built, and then they're building and testing as they go, and then they're potentially deploying or at least validating at the end of every sprint. So at the end of the day, right, this is a little bit where Kanban comes from. At the end of the day, you'll get more agility from just reducing batch size, not even changing anything in the organization. I would rather see an organization keep the waterfall in place and reduce batch size more than I would want them to see them apply Scrum to a long cycle waterfall process. Because getting your requirements done incrementally doesn't help you start to build the product and get feedback more incrementally. Even just building the product more incrementally doesn't enable you to get testing more incrementally, right? So unless we're interleaving those steps, we don't have working tested software that we can validate.